What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with another fun video. This time we're gonna continue to end up talking about the awards that the players can win, just like I did in previous years. We're gonna talk about the leaders this time, and I'm gonna predict who I think is gonna lead the statistical categories in this video. These other ones not as popular as the assist title and the scoring title, but they're still fun because most people still look at it as a bragging right because it's tough to do it for the entire season while staying healthy. And even if you don't stay healthy, then you're going to try again next year by trying to get the best performance that you can out there as a player, and the coaches want these guys to reach these goals too. So you can't really blame guys for trying to lead a particular area as much as they can every night. That should be your goal, is to be the best at what you do and be the best player you can be. And these kind of help you do that because it's a goal that you set for yourself. Rebound leaders, the big five that people are going to have. Obviously, Rudy Gobert. He's one of the best rebounders in the league and has been for multiple years. I don't really see that changing this year, even though he is getting older. He's basically the biggest guy they're going to have out there for their starting lineup, and that's going to always give him a chance to be a double-double type of guy. And I think that doesn't change. Karl Anthony Towns definitely going to be in there too. He's usually the only big. Is probably going to decrease a little bit because of Mitchell Robinson. You can actually put Mitchell Robinson in this conversation because if he starts and gets a lot of minutes and stays healthy, he's going to get 10 rebounds easily a game. You can say the same thing about Nikola Jokic. He's big, he's strong, he's smart, he boxes out, he plays hard, and he's gonna get double-digit rebounds like he has done for so many seasons. And I don't really see that changing. And I do feel like he will be healthy enough to be in that conversation. Zubac, I think people sleep on him. He's been getting better every year. He's been pushing himself, and I think that this is going to be something that he can feel that he can be able to do by the end of the year, which is possibly win this award. Giannis, he's going to be out there with Miles Turner. Miles Turner isn't the greatest defensive or offensive rebounder. Him and Bobby Portis and those guys are going to have to crash the boards for that reason. And Giannis has always been a monster on the rebounding end, and I don't really see that changing at all this year. And then, of course, you got Walker Kessler. He's been slowly making a name for himself as one of the best bigs when it comes to protecting the paint and dominating the paint. And I think that he will definitely be in this conversation. He just has to play more games, and he will have more opportunities to put up godly type of numbers to be able to get this award and be happy with it. But I'm going to have to go with the winner last year, Domantas Sabonis. This man gives everything on the rebounding end. And when you look at the lineups he's going to be playing with possibly this year when he's back healthy, he's going to be able to have a lot of opportunities to grab a lot of rebounds offensively and defensively. And that's something that he has shown in his career that he has mastered. And I don't really see that changing. So the rebound leader winner for me, out of all those guys, I'm going to have to say a repeat for Domantas. When you look at the guys that can lead the league in blocks, Walker Kessler was able to do that mainly because Wembanyama didn't play enough games. Obviously, if we had to choose between Walker and Victor, everybody would choose Victor because he blocks shots on the perimeter, near the paint and at the paint, and he's always coming at you when you don't expect it. So obviously, Victor would be my choice. But I think Miles Turner has a good shot too because somebody has to score some way, and teams are not just going to settle for just trying to shoot perimeter shots. They're going to try and to score in that paint or close to that paint. And I think Miles Turner is going to be ready to block it, ready to contest it like he always been. Donovan Clingan, I think he's going to get more minutes and more opportunities because DeAndre Ayton is no longer there, and they need somebody to be big in that paint and to man the paint. And I think Klingon is going to be ready to do that. Obviously, you have to put Evan Mobley in that conversation too, because he's getting smarter, he's getting wiser. The game is slowing down more to him, and he's getting more used to and adjusting to a lot of these players' favorite moves and what they want to do. And he also is one of those guys that can protect the paint, but also block shots on the perimeter or near the basket. And of course, you have to put Chet Fetch Holmgren in that category too as one of the best shot blockers. I think the problem with him was not playing enough minutes because of the injuries. He didn't stay on the court long enough and he didn't have enough opportunity. I think that changes this year and is going to make him definitely one of the best shot blockers. Of course, you have to mention Jaren Jackson Jr. He has always been in that category. He just fouls too much. If he fouled a little less and blocked more shots or contest more shots, then he'll be defensive player of the year probably again. And he's definitely going to be in that conversation. You got to put Rudy Gobert in there too, because he's always going to be a deterrent at the rim. And if you don't, he's going to also try to find a way to block you. If you try to do that mid range or that floater, he can get to some of those if you kind of test them too much. And then the new guy you got to put in there this year is probably Alexandre Sarr. He showed that he can block shots, catching you slipping off the backboard or just blocking it if you come straight at him. And I think he's going to be one of the best shot blockers for a couple years. And we'll see if he's able to lead this category in the future. But right now, I'm going to pick Victor Wembanyama, although that might be an obvious choice. When it comes to steals, is a lot of guys that's going to really have a chance to win this one. Dyson Daniels was able to do it, and he just lapped everybody last year and was miles ahead of everybody that could possibly win it. But it is some guys like Chris Dunn that's going to be in that conversation. Amen Thompson, he's going to be in that conversation too, as a guy that's going to be playing in the passing lanes and stripping people because he's going to have the minutes, he's going to have the opportunity. You can say his brother Asor Thompson is going to be in that conversation as he always has been, including last year. And I don't really think that's going to be much different. You can even say guys like Jalen Williams, who was one of the better defenders on the perimeter. He's going to have opportunities and chances, and he's going to take them, and that's going to help him be in the conversation to possibly win it. Tamani Kamara might be starting more and playing more minutes. And if he does, he's going to have a chance to get a lot of steals. Also, Mikal Bridges, you got to put him in that conversation too sometimes. He can really be real good on the perimeter. Cason Wallace, is he going to play enough minutes to have the opportunity? If he does, he showed that he's one of the best pickpocketers and deflectors in the game. And I think that he's going to be able to do that this year also. And that's already a couple Oklahoma City Thunder players already in that conversation. But you also got to add Shea. Shea's long, he's lanky, he's smart. He's always trying to poke the ball or deflect passes or find a way to interrupt the ball getting to the player that they're targeting. And I think he's definitely going to be happy with being in that conversation. You got to put De'Aaron Fox. He's going to be able to do more because Wemby is going to be locking up that paint. So they're going to try to find other ways to attack. He just has to be ready to get the ball whenever it's there. And he showed that he can do it. I think that doesn't change this year. And then Josh Hart, we already know he's playing with his heart each and every time he's out there on the basketball court. And he's definitely going to have a chance to, rack up steals when he's out there. Plus, if he wants to be a starter, he has to show that he can bring a lot to the table. And that's one thing that we might not get blocks, but we can get blocks in steals. And I think that that's something that he's going to have in the back of his mind. And if he does, he's definitely going to impact it. But I will go with Dyson Daniels again because he just showed that he's so much better than everybody else at it. And I think that he should be able to get it again. And then 3-pointers made. You're going to have Anthony Edwards in that conversation. Duncan Robinson, to me, is going to be in that conversation. LaMelo Ball definitely going to attempt a lot of threes, and he's going to make them. He's got the green light in Charlotte. Same with Luka Doncic and Derek White. They have always hoisted a bunch of threes. I don't see that changing that much this year. If anything, they might attempt more. You can say the same thing about Tyler Hero and Donovan Mitchell. They're shooters at their core, but that's what makes them special. And these teams are going to need it, and they're going to provide it. You got to say Peyton Pritchard, when he's in the game, he's mainly looking to shoot the three. I don't really see that changing this year. And Zach LaVine, he's already shown you in preseason, he's going to launch a lot of threes this year, but he's efficient at making them. And I don't think that that is going to change this year either. And another guy is Anthony Simons. The Celtics, they live and die by the three. That's one of his strongest plays, is the step back three and the spot up three that he likes to get. And he has shown that he can make them at a decent percentage. And I think that if they going in and the attempts is going to be there, he's going to be in a good room to be able to make those threes. And I think Trey Murphy, he's going to be another guy that's going to shoot a lot of threes, and he's going to have the attempts there to be able to possibly, win it. But Steph Curry, he's the best at it. He's going to take a lot and he's going to make a lot. He took 11 three attempts a game, which was tied with LaMelo Ball. But I just think LaMelo doesn't shoot it as well as Steph. And if Steph can make a little bit more throughout the rest of the season or throughout the season and stay healthier, I think that he's going to win it again. And it's funny that we're looking at a lot of these guys repeating, but I think that that's actually how it should go, because they're mastering their craft first, and then they're working at other parts of their game so they don't lose the ability to do it at a high level. And then field goal percentage, if I had to pick somebody that that can possibly win that one, that one will be one of the tougher ones. Who can actually lead the NBA in field goal percentage. But if I had to pick one person that can possibly do it, I would probably say that is a tough one. So does it really matter? If I had to pick one, I would probably say a dunker like Kada or Rudy Gobert, or one of those type of guys that all they got to do is catch and dunk. Jalen Duren, you can put him in that conversation. He's going to have a lot of chances and a lot of opportunities, offensive rebound wise, to be able to finish strong at the paint. When I look at field goal percentage, you can put Jared Allen in that conversation, who has been able to shoot 70% before, and that was just last year. He's going to be in that conversation to be able to do it too. I think this one is always going to go to the guy that's always quick enough to catch and quick enough to finish without being bothered that much. And those will be the big ones. It is Jalen Duren, Jared Allen, and obviously Rudy Gobert. And if I had to pick one, I'd probably go Jalen Duren this year. It was close between those guys last year, and I think that Jalen Duren should be able to get it this year. He seems like he's more focused on it. He seems like he's perfecting it, and I think he'd be having fun with it. But I also would say Khalil Ware. He's a good one too, but he shoots a little bit on a perimeter a lot when it comes to threes, and threes can hurt your field goal percentage if you can't make them at a good enough level. And Jared Allen, he's been taking more jump shots too, and he's not the greatest jump shooter from the mid-range area. So that can kind of take him from 70 to like 67, 66. And I think Jalen Duren is just, him and Rudy Gobert are just saying catch and dunk, catch and dunk. And Gobert, he kind of loses the ball or he gets blocked sometime. So I can see him being around that 67, 68. And I can see Duren being 69 or higher. And I think that that will be enough for him to capture the award and be happy with it, because that's a cool and tough thing to do, is take a lot of shots that most people want you to take, which is contested catches and contested dunks. And sometimes they're going to be easy ones and sometimes it's going to be tough. But for you to be able to win it shows that you was the best at it. And anytime you can be best in the world, that's something that a lot of people are great at. That's something to be proud of, and that's something to really take pride in. And I think Jalen Duren should be able to do that. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis and to be able to get it when it first come out. I also do conversation videos about this, but other different type of topics too, NBA only. So you should be liking that if you're a fan of basketball. I also do make breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage. Plus, I do upload videos each and every day to the best of my ability and throughout the day. And on top of that, I got over 3,000 plus videos already on my channel that you can watch right now and enjoy. And I think that that'd be something that you would like if you're an NBA and a basketball fan. Other than that, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting the channel any way that you can and any way that you have. Thank y'all for supporting me in the past, the present. I hope y'all continue to support me in the future. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is and continuing to come back and continuing to care what I think and what I have to say about this beautiful game of basketball that we show common interests in. And thank y'all for being there as long as y'all have and continuing to stay subscribed and continue to help the channel stay growing and continuing to vouch and love what I have done on this channel since I do all the work on my own. It's a blessing to have fans like y'all, and I love y'all, and I really do enjoy spending time with y'all, and I really do enjoy y'all being my fans. And that's a 50-50 reason why I've been doing this channel for 10 plus years, and I continue to come back. It's not just me, it's y'all too, and I want to give y'all credit on that to the best of my ability and as much as I can to show you that I really do love and appreciate what y'all do for me and what y'all do for the channel and the brand that is Analysis Playground and Podcast Basketball Analysis. Other than that, y'all stay blessed. Peace. I'm gone for now. I'll probably see y'all later today, if not tomorrow. And other than that, y'all stay good. And I'm gone for now. Hopefully, I'll see y'all again.